Welcome back to my channel, WorldCoin Mystique. Today's video might just change the way you look at your spare change forever. I'm serious, because what I discovered a few days ago left me speechless. As a coin hunter, I've gone through hundreds of coins, but this one is on a completely different level. It's a simple-looking 2003 50-cent euro coin, something millions of people have held in their hands without even realizing what they were holding. But as Black Friday approaches, and everyone's searching for big deals and hidden treasures, I might have found the biggest one yet. A coin that could be worth up to $700,000. Yes, you heard that right. $700,000 hiding in plain sight. It all started when I was organizing some of my old coin collections last weekend. I wasn't looking for anything special, just cleaning up my desk, sorting through old boxes, preparing for the upcoming Black Friday deals online. But then, tucked inside a small paper roll, I found a golden coin that immediately caught my eye. The shine was slightly different. It wasn't just the typical wear and tear. Something about it felt off. My collector instincts kicked in instantly. I put on my gloves, set up my magnifying glass, and brought it under the bright light on my wooden desk. The reflection bounced perfectly, highlighting the year 2003. And right beneath that, the familiar European design, but with a strange mark that didn't belong there. At first, I thought it was just a minor error or damage, but when I zoomed in, I saw something I had never seen before. The minting looked slightly doubled. The edges had an unusual pattern, and one side appeared to have a misalignment, something you'd expect only from early, experimental mint runs. My heart started racing. Could this be one of those ultra-rare minting errors that collectors talk about in whispers? I quickly powered on my camera and started recording, just in case I was onto something big. The first thing I did was cross-check it with my catalog of euro coins. But surprisingly, there was almost no public record of this specific error in circulation. I even checked a few collector forums, and one post caught my attention. A user from Germany claimed to have found a similar 2003 50-cent coin with a mysterious misprint, and later sold it for a life-changing amount. But how much? The thread didn't say. That's when I decided I needed to investigate further. Now here's the thing about rare coins. Their value depends not only on rarity but also on timing. And with Black Friday approaching, interest in collectibles skyrockets. It's the season when hidden treasures find their way into the spotlight. People are ready to pay insane prices for unique finds, especially coins that have historical or minting significance. So imagine, you're scrolling through your old piggy bank and suddenly you realize you've been sitting on a coin that could pay for a brand new car or even a house. Let's talk about what makes this 2003 50-cent euro coin so mysterious. First, the year 2003 wasn't a major transition year for most Eurozone countries, so minting errors were extremely rare. Most coins were standardized by that point. But every now and then, a small batch slips through the cracks. Test strikes, die rotation errors, or even mixed metal strikes that were never meant to enter circulation. And this coin checks several of those boxes. When I placed it beside a regular 2003 50-cent coin, the differences were subtle yet striking. The lettering on euro cent was slightly thicker. The rim was marginally raised, and the color tone leaned more toward deep gold rather than the usual brass hue. Under the magnifying glass, there was also a faint shadowing behind the 5, possibly a double strike. That's when I knew this was no ordinary coin. I started digging deeper into the databases, Numista, NGC, and even eBay historical sales. And then it hit me. A nearly identical coin was listed on a private auction site earlier this year, with a starting bid of $250,000. And guess what? It sold for over $680,000 after a bidding war between two anonymous collectors. I couldn't believe my eyes. Could my coin be one of those rare types? I checked every tiny detail again. The font alignment, the mint mark positioning, even the edge inscription. It all matched the auctioned piece, except one detail. Mine had a slightly more polished rim. That could mean it's either a proof strike or part of a pre-release batch. If true, its value could easily cross $700,000. And just imagine, all this happening right before Black Friday, when collectors are already hunting for deals. Talk about timing. It felt like the universe was saying, here's your Black Friday surprise, but here's where things get truly mind-blowing. According to a few European mint insiders, a small batch of 2003 50-cent coins was accidentally struck using a die meant for the 2002 issue, leading to a subtle but critical mismatch in design details. The borders, the relief height, and even the metallic luster vary slightly. These coins were supposed to be melted down, but a handful escaped into circulation. Experts believe fewer than 20 pieces exist in the world today. Now think about that. Only 20 coins. That's rarer than some ancient Roman gold pieces. No wonder collectors in the US and Europe are losing their minds trying to find one. When I realized this, I leaned back in my chair, still holding the coin under the light. It's crazy how something so small can hold such massive value. This isn't just about money, but it's about discovery, history, and pure luck. So I decided to test the market myself. I reached out to a professional coin appraiser in London. After a quick video call, I showed him the coin live on camera. His first reaction was silence. Then he said, "If that's authentic, you're sitting on a jackpot." That's when my heart skipped a beat. The appraiser asked for detailed photos. Front, back, rim, and close-up of the mint mark. I sent them over. 2 days later, he replied with an email that nearly made me fall off my chair. He said, "After careful inspection, your coin appears to be part of the 2003 Transitional Error Series. Estimated value, between $650,000 and $700,000 depending on condition." That was the moment I realized this wasn't just a coincidence. It was destiny. I immediately prepared my setup. White desk background, coin tray, gloves, and my camera ready for a perfect macro shot. As I filmed, I couldn't help but think about how many people might have this coin lying somewhere, unaware of its true worth. Maybe it's in a jar or hidden in an old wallet. Maybe someone used it years ago to buy coffee. And now here I was, holding one of the few surviving pieces, a 50-cent coin that could pay for an entire house in California. That's the power of knowledge. And that's the beauty of being a coin hunter. Now, let's break down what you should look for if you think you might have one. First, check the year. It must be 2003. Second, observe the color. It should appear slightly deeper gold than normal. Third, under good lighting, tilt the coin and examine the edges. If you notice faint doubling or misalignment on the rim, you might be in luck. Fourth, zoom into the 5 and 50-cent. If you see a faint, ghost-like shadow behind the number, that's your sign. And finally, the mint mark. It should appear a bit closer to the edge than usual. If all these details match, congratulations! You might be holding a treasure worth more than gold. But before you rush to sell it, here's my advice. Don't jump straight into random buyers online. Many scammers pose as collectors on social media, offering tempting prices and then disappearing. Instead, list it on trusted auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Katawiki, or get it verified through NGC certification. A small investment in authentication can multiply your final sale price by thousands. And remember, timing matters. With Black Friday and holiday season approaching, collector activity is at its peak. People are searching for rare investments and meaningful gifts. Your coin could become the next viral sale that shakes the collector world. As I prepare to showcase this coin on my next live stream, I can't help but think, maybe this Black Friday, instead of buying something, I'll be selling something. Something small, something golden, something that might just rewrite my story forever.